Hello, everyone. Hello. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I am delighted to have your subscription. Hope you stay for a good long time. Bring a friend with you next time. Help to grow my small but powerful, I hope in truth, channel. This is going to be a truth by which I'm sure that some would want to challenge. So if you decide to do that, let it be cordial and in kindness, which is what my channel is all about. I always say my platform is purposeful and my channel is compassionate. I realize that there are certain touchy subjects we don't talk about, namely race and religion. And I have recent had a post about the effectiveness of the church, meaning, in my view, I feel that the church could be more proactive and more actively involved, particularly in our world today, as to race relations and unifying humanity and doing something more obvious that their hand has been involved, more apparent that they are there. And I'm saying that because times have changed by which the silence of effectivity no longer works, meaning you have power and control silently behind the scenes. That doesn't work anymore today. The tools by which were effective yesteryears are not effective today. The ways by which we try to make progress in yesteryears are limited in their effectivity today. Progress has to change. The ways by which we address matters have to change today because, as we know, there is a sense of turmoil all around us, in my view, in the Earth's atmosphere, but certainly in the energy of the Earth's atmosphere. You have to acknowledge that. We have to recognize that. We have to lay eyes, visionary eyes, on the truth of that matter. And so this is what this talk is about. Denying the fact or silencing the reality that many institutions that have not verbalized their stance on things, have not helped in forward progress, is no longer effective, particularly for younger people, meaning people who want to see, experience, land, and be involved in formidable change progress forward. They don't want the same old thing that didn't work, and I don't blame them. Because when I look at, let's just say, the culture, my culture, and the racism and bigotry that blocks the progress of our culture, some of the same tools that we used in yesteryears weren't effective then and are not effective now. So when you offer that to a young person as to let's move things forward progress using these tools, they don't get it and they disappear. Because in their view, their mother, father, grandmother, grandfather, great, great, and many ancestors before used some of those same tools, and yet we're still here. Now, that is a reality of truth that we tend to speak about amongst ourselves, which is why I'm saying the truth of the matter is to not to deny the truth of the matter. And that is having silent conversation in silos doesn't move our progress forward, meaning forward progress in formidable change is what I'm talking about. So let's just give a couple of examples. And I know that people are touchy about, the church. Don't dare go for the church. It's not to go for the church. It's just to say you had a platform by which really your church is functioning as a mega business by which you could involve yourself more obviously in the forward progress, and particularly for Black people: race relations, humanity, unity, empathy, compassion. But I see it within the windows of the church itself, and that's it, is what I'm saying. So let's just give an example, by which I mean in general, not on the church, just in general in humanity. Many times people want to improve their lot, your lot, your lot, or my lot, and hope that in general that's happening for everybody's lot, so that the collective is inching up in forward progress. That's not the reality for Black people particular. There are too many blockades. There are too many stances to disturb that. So there has to be a different method. Now, what that method is precisely and exactly, and by means that collectively in unity we agree to this method, I don't know. But I do know this: the actions of yesteryears are not effective today. And so, what could we do to enhance or leap forward off of the structure of yesteryears, but in a method that's effective today? That therein is the answer. Therein is a sense of hope. Now, I have resigned certain terms, and I did actually a post about that, and I'll drop it in the description box for you. I have resigned certain words from my vocabulary, by which, and particularly if it comes for a conversation in my culture collectively. Certain words that have lost to me their sense of power, and they're more like a slogan. Slogans are not solutions. Harmony of a saying doesn't move us forward progress. And it may sound like I have resigned my hopes of that. And that might be pretty accurate. Because if it doesn't solidify something in forward progress, to me, it's a waste of time and energy, and only God knows to the degree by which I don't do that. I do not waste my time or my energy. They're just too sacred. Now, I'm willing to do whatever pushes the needle forward, but wasting time and energy ain't an option here. So many people have also reached that reserve, which is why we don't see them in action anymore. Now, that's some deep truth. The truth of the matter, the temerity to say it, but the reality is that it is what it is. Certain words that I have resigned, like hope, believe, all of that, those are not even verbs. A verb has an action. Those are nouns. So, to which we go about doing this, the language has to change to some degree or not. It's a wonderful slogan, keep hope alive. It's a wonderful slogan, fight on. It's a wonderful slogan, keep on marching. But to what has that landed in formidable, cemented forward progress? Is what I'm saying, respectfully. Respectfully. To say, I'm going to pray for you, okay. But what are you going to do now that my ancestors didn't have that same prayer by which you are going to pray for us? I want an answer to my ancestors' prayers. I want an answer to my grandparents' prayers. I want an answer to my prayers, and they've all been the same prayers that ain't answered yet. I don't want our children moving forward to have to fight a fight by which we should have already won for them and their future. I don't want forward fighting. I want forward progress. I don't want them to have to fight on. I want them to live rich and royal because that's who they are in their souls. I don't want to be on bended knees praying all the time. I want to stand up and rise above it all. Now, perhaps that may not sound worthy of a righteousness, but it certainly is a labor of love because I want a better world for us now, not later. I'm not trying to do a payment plan, especially for the young people that's coming after us. And they don't want to fight for the rest of their lives either. Respectfully, respectfully. And I love you. If you've gotten this far, please click like. Don't you dare unsubscribe. Find a solution with your girl. Find a solution that's not a slogan, but that has a soluble forward progress entity within the solution. And I'm here for you for that. I love you. If you've gotten this far, please click like. If you leave a comment, please leave a positive comment. And I'll see you next time. Bring your friend with you next time. Take care. Bye.